In the early years here, we were solely set up as a private company, and as such we were not accountable to anybody else apart from the owners and shareholders within the company. We've now moved to a model where we are using donor and philanthropic money. And obviously transparency and accountability and good governance are absolutely essential. In order to comply with that and to make sure that we are keeping the various revenue streams and donor streams separate, we've set up a Mozambican Foundation, which is our vehicle for ensuring that we are totally compliant on all of those levels.
What we are looking at is how to change mindsets. What are the things that are mostly present themselves as barriers to success when we are working with communities to develop, to become food secure, to develop livelihoods options? And we recognize that when you are living in survival, that actually there is a neurophysiological impact of that. So looking at the whole person and not just looking at saying, oh, we have a program to implement with you, you do this and you'll be fine. No, looking at the whole person, looking at the whole family, looking at how that consistent survival mode is impacting women and their families, and even their ability to sustainably access opportunity is something that is foundational. It has been foundational in the work that I've done up until now, and is something that's foundational in terms of how we're looking at our work under the Lugenda Foundation with our communities. As we've gone along over the years, we've really found that simply a commercial model or simply a philanthropic model on their own don't work. We find that a hybrid model where we are generating income from the commercial entity, but we also have a conduit through which we can invest in community and support the ethos that we implement here and that we have here in the Lugenda Wildlife Reserve, together brings a strengthened model. We're able to then bring in partners who share that ethos to support some of the community initiatives and the work that we're doing, the project work that we're doing. We have families who are participating in a duck project where the families get 3 ducks, 2 females, 1 male, that obviously breed, and then they get hatchlings. They're able to sell off those hatchlings to other families to start their own duck projects, and then they begin to raise a little bit of food security. Incrementally, those projects are impacting families. One of the things that we are doing is we've registered a community cooperative with our livelihoods projects where there is produce for market. The cooperative will become the mechanism through which marketing, pricing, structure of knowledge that will help then communities negotiate with potential value chain connections. One of the exciting initiatives that we are engaged in here with community is that we have trained an initial number of community members to set up community camps. So they're able to set up fly camps that they are able to host guests in. So we're not only having guests come to our higher end safari camps, but we're having guests who are able to come for a weekend from Pemba, from surrounding areas, and experience community, providing them with the whole experience here in the reserve. We are excited to see how that grows and how that continues to develop. Our goal and our aim under the foundation is to facilitate the growth of community in that direction that I mentioned before, and seeing themselves as a solution, and seeing that they are not reliant on us as an operator, that we can walk a journey together where they become direct participants in what happens in this reserve, because ultimately they and their children and their children's children are the owners of this land and of the resources that are here. So our goal in what we do is to help to just walk alongside and journey alongside community. That's a long process. So as the foundation and as the operator here, you know, we're in it for the long haul, ready to walk that journey.
Fortress mentality is okay in the short term, but it doesn't work in the long term. And Our objective is to ultimately make the local communities the guardians and to give them a sense of ownership of the resource that they're responsible for. Already we've seen an incredibly big shift towards that, where the level of poaching in our block is almost negligible.